All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Raka Kodash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. And this is a video that was inspired by something Apostle Tahar had said. It was, I think, either the most recent video that he did or the one before that. But he was he went into a series of topics, as he says, lessons within lessons. Um, and he brought out the trailer for the movie Nope, N-O-P-E. But anyway, he mentioned the Spanish Inquisition. He mentioned the crypto Jews and stuff in there. I should say he mentioned the crypto Jews. And so, I wanted to go into that just a little bit, Lord willing. It'll be a fairly short lesson, straight to the point. But before doing that, I put in the title, I believe I put only for the astute. Okay, only for the astute, which I put that there for a reason. And so we're gonna go into the word astute first off, and then why I put that there, because we know how Jake is. All right, when it comes to the different lessons, there's certain lessons that are more require more attention or more I don't have a term to really put it, but in essence, it's like you have to sit down and read and take notes and stuff like that. And often you'll see they don't like a lot of those lessons. When you go into like the laws, or you go into the Hebrew, or you go into this, Jake doesn't really like those kind of, not that they don't like it, but they don't really watch a lot of those lessons. Not everybody, okay, but the majority of Israelites out there, okay. But for those that are astute, which the word here, the definition says, having or showing an ability to accurately assess situations or people, and turn this to one's advantage, which a couple of the synonyms, which are really what I'm looking for, are sharp, sharp-witted, razor sharp, brilliant, smart, perceptive. Okay. Now, for individuals that are sharp, or sharp-witted, or brilliant, or smart, that's not something you just wake up one day and, oh, boom, you have it all. No, but they study. Okay, they take the time, they put in the effort, the labor that may be wearisome or toilsome on the mind, but yet it has a great reward. And they labor for that information, and then they learn it, and they acquire it, and therefore it makes them sharper and sharper and sharper. Okay, and eventually to the point of being astute or sagacious, okay, or having great acumen. These all come by way of knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, ultimately. Okay. So we're gonna start off with the Spanish Inquisition. And I'm just gonna read this portion here, on what it gives us on what the Spanish Inquisition is. Now it says the tribunal of the Holy Office of the Inquisition, commonly known as the Spanish Inquisition, was established in 1478 by the Catholic monarchs, King Ferdinand II of Aragon and Queen Isabella I of Castile. It was intended to maintain Catholic orthodoxy. Now, let's pick out a few words in here, and let's first look into, what does the word Inquisition mean? So, okay, Inquisition definition. And when you read the definition, they have synonyms there for a reason. Okay. So it says a period of prolonged and intensive questioning or investigation. Questioning, interrogation. It says here, an ecclesiastical tribunal established by Pope Gregory. I believe this is the ninth IX. Let's see. Roman Roman numeral IX. All right. Yeah, 9 because X is 10. Okay. So it says here Inquisition. It says an ecclesiastical tribunal established by Pope Gregory the Ninth, 1232, for the suppression of heresy. Okay, heresy. So there you go. Now let's put that in there. Heresy. Says heresy is belief or opinion contrary to orthodox religious doctrine. Now we're going to also look up that word orthodox. Now it says here to heresy, right? So contrary beliefs. It says it was active chiefly in northern Italy and southern France, becoming notorious for the use of torture. In 1542, and now this time period of the Renaissance, right? The rebirth, Esau coming back up. As you read in Revelation, the 20th chapter, it mentions that the Satan was bound for about 1,000 years, and after the 1,000 years are expired, he must be loose for a little season to go about and deceive the nations. So that was Esau coming back up into power. So it says here in 1542, the Papal Inquisition was reestablished to combat Protestantism, eventually becoming an organ of papal government. But we got the point. Inquisition is basically intense questioning, examination, whether by torture or by whatever means. So let's go back and let's see what else were we looking at. So we had the words Inquisition. We also had the word orthodoxy, okay, which orthodox simply means, I believe, is generally like accepted or like the main common way. Let's just look it up. Orthodoxy. Yeah, it says authorized or generally accepted theory, doctrine, or practice. Doctrine, the whole community of Orthodox Jews, or okay. Okay, so the generally accepted belief. All right. So now when we put those words back in here and we read this again, it says here the Spanish Inquisition, right? The period of questioning or examination was established in 1478 by the Catholic monarchs King Ferdinand II of Aragon and Queen Isabella I of Castile. It was intended to maintain Catholic orthodoxy. So in order to maintain that general belief, all right, that general Catholic doctrine in their kingdoms, and to replace the medieval Inquisition, which was under papal control. It became the most substantive of the three different manifestations of the wider Catholic Inquisition, along with the Roman Inquisition and Portuguese Inquisition. The Spanish Inquisition may be defined broadly as operating in Spain and in all Spanish colonies and territories, which included the Canary Islands and the Kingdom of Naples, and all Spanish possessions in North, Central, and South America. According to modern estimates, around 150,000 people were prosecuted for various offenses during the 3-century duration of the Spanish Inquisition, of whom between 3,000 and 5,000 were executed. So now, you had certain individuals that said that the MOTB is Christianity, right? If the MOTB was Christianity, then they would have to do something like this, okay, like a Inquisition like this, to see, okay, who's a Christian and who is not. And if you're not a Christian, then we're either going to put you to death, Salakia, 1 second. All right. So we're either going to put you to death or we're going to prohibit you from doing certain things. Okay. Now it says the Inquisition. So you had people that were being put to death. And, well, let's read a bit more. The Inquisition, or the questioning, was originally intended primarily to identify heretics, which says here, heresy or heretic, like we already looked over, denotes the formal denial or doubt of a core doctrine of the Christian faith as defined by one or more of the Christian churches. So the second, all right. So the Spanish Inquisition to maintain that Catholic that generalized Catholic belief. Okay, they set it up. They questioned people to identify anybody that was living in that land that was not of the Catholic orthodoxy, all right, or the Catholic belief. They were either put to death or prosecuted. It says among those who converted from Judaism and Islam to Catholicism. Okay, and a lot of them were Jakes, because that when it says Islam, it'll tell you that they were called Moriscos, which is just another way of saying Moors. Okay, and we know the Moors were Israelites that were practicing Islam. Okay, so you had people who were Israelites, people that were Jews, people that were Muslim, but let me not even use it in that together like that. You had Israelites, okay, which knew they were Israelites and were practicing or keeping the customs of, being a quote unquote Judaism, right? And then you had Israelites that were also practicing Islam. Nevertheless, neither they didn't consider Judaism or Islam to be of the Catholic orthodoxy. So they had this Inquisition to search out anybody that was not a was a heretic, right? You would pretty much they would do something to you. Salaki, give me 1 second. Salaki about that. So continuing on, it says here, among those who converted from Judaism and Islam to Catholicism. So that's like they're saying, okay, now everybody has to be of this belief. So you say, well, I was a Jew, but now I'm Catholic, or I was I was practicing Islam, but now I believe, right? I can see it now. I'm a believer. Well, they would still question you to see, are you truly a believer? Like what they did to the Christians. What's this guy's name? Oh man, damn, I forgot the name of the individual. But pretty much they were doing that during the time of a little like after Yahushai, when they were persecuting the Christians. So it says the regulation of the new faith is new. The regulation of the faith of newly converted Catholics was intensified after the royal decrees issued in 1492 and 1502, ordering Jews and Muslims which were Israelites, to convert to Catholicism or to leave Castile, resulting in hundreds of thousands of forced conversions, right? Sort of like what John Hyrcanus did to the Edomites, but in the reverse way. It says the persecution of conversos, which is a convert. It says a converso convert was a Jew who converted to Catholicism in Spain or Portugal, particularly during the 14th and 15th centuries, or one of his or her descendants. It says the persecution of conversos and Moriscos. It says here Moriscos were former Muslims and their descendants, whom the Roman Catholic Church and the Spanish crown commanded to convert to Christianity or face compulsory exile after Spain outlawed the open practice of Islam by its sizable Muslim population in the early 16th century, which we know in Spain, like I believe Granada, Spain, especially, you had a large uh, uh, Muslim presence there, because you had the Moors that were there, which had taken that over before they got ran out of there. And they were Israelites, like I said, that were practicing Islam. People like to try and give, they say, oh, well, the Moors did this and they did that and they did this, and they try to give the credit to Islam. But the Moors didn't do all the things they did because they were Muslim. They did it because they were Israelites. Okay, because the talent or the mind Jake has, that's by her, that's like hereditary. All right, it doesn't matter if they're practicing a particular religion or not. That's just, how Jake thinks. But it says here, um resulting, we read that, it says, and the mass expulsion of Jews and of Muslims from Spain. The Inquisition was not definitively abolished until 1834, during the reign of Isabella II, after a period of declining influence in the preceding century. So this is where you had crypto Jews. And a crypto Jew, let's read it here. It says, crypto Judaism is the secret adherence to Judaism while publicly professing to be of another faith. Practitioners are referred to as crypto Jews. Crypt or cryptos in the Greek meaning hidden, right? So a crypto Jew was one that was secretly a Jew, but outwardly they would say that they were, well, in this case during the Spanish Inquisition, they would say that they were Catholic. That's why they had this Inquisition, to search out any crypto Jews, because if you were still in Spain, if you weren't, if you said, well, I'm not going to be expelled because I'm really not a Jew anymore. Sorry, not that I'm not a Jew anymore. I don't practice Judaism anymore. Now I practice Catholicism, because you can't change your nationality, and to be a Jew is a nationality, right? So I don't practice that anymore. I'm now of the Catholic faith. Well, you could be a crypto Jew. You could be one saying that you're of the Catholic faith, but in actuality, deep down inside, you are still a Jew that is one inwardly, right? And so that's what they would do. They would seek out, they would question with intensity. They might tell you to do something. And we've seen various forms of this throughout the various different rulerships and empires. During the time of Antiochus Epiphanes, there was a form of an inquisition made when they went around, basically when he gave the decree that all should be of one people, and that it was a crime to profess yourself to be a Jew at all. You couldn't keep the holy days. You had to eat pork. That was like to weed out the crypto Jews. Those that were Jews inwardly that would say, well, I'm gonna act like I'm not a Jew. So then they'll tell you, okay, well, eat pork, because we know that that's like a heavy offense in your belief. So if you're not of that belief anymore, then do it. Prove it to us. Okay, or commit adultery right in front of us, or something of that sort. So we know that if you are able to go as far as to do that, then you really not, you're really not about your faith. So do something that would make you an apostate to your previous practice or religion or belief. All right, and they would do that to make inquisition, to find out who was what. Which you could do some more research on it to get more details in there. I just wanted to bring this part out, and now that ties into a few precepts that I have, because this same energy is what they're setting up now. And now they have that, they're using it in modern day sense of being an enemy of the state, which during the Spanish Inquisition, it was for you to be a Catholic, but in this time, it will be for you to be a part of this system, for you to worship the image of the beast. Okay, that is going to be the new Inquisition, and that's why. Let's go to the book of Revelation, Revelation chapter 13, verse 14. In the 14th verse, as you okay, Revelation 13 and 14. It says, and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast, that system, which had the wound by a sword and did live. Verse 15, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image should both speak and what? Cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. So that same way they did during the Spanish Inquisition, they're gonna do that and worse in this time. Except this time, they're not gonna say become a Catholic. This time they're gonna say take that charagma and bow down to us and be a part of this. Okay, and if you are not down with it, they will demonize it in such a way that they will be justified in putting you to death or locking you out of the system, locking you out of everything. No bank account, no information, no nothing. You just out there, and you deal with whatever comes. You homeless, and then they got laws against being homeless. So they'll make your life a living hell if they don't kill you. And that is what they're gonna be doing again now. And you're gonna have, even now, to an extent, we move, to an extent, like I said, as like crypto Jews, because we know we're Israelites, we know what that entails. But say you in a certain setting, now, um, if you at work or you're at an interview and they're asking certain questions, you're not gonna go out right and go all Superman on them. No, you got to be Clark Kent. So in that sense, you're being a crypto Jew. Now, not in the sense that you're professing, oh, well, I'm this and I'm really not. No, but you're not really telling them what you really are for the sake of using wisdom. Okay. So like it says here, and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. Just like during the Spanish Inquisition, they said anybody that didn't convert to Catholicism, you would be persecuted and some would be killed. Um, and so the next one that I have is, okay, let's go. In the book of Second Measures, the 16th chapter. Second Measures, chapter 16, verse 70. And this is coming. And it's gonna take a whole lot of faith to make it through these times, because it's gonna be hard, it's gonna get harder and harder to 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 continue in the things we're doing, because it's gonna make us stand out more and more and more. Even when you try to be low key about it, there's gonna be certain things that people are gonna be able to do because they have bowed down or taken the charagma that you will not be able to do. So you may be in a certain setting and everybody is doing something one way, but you can't do it that same way because you don't have what they have. And it'll be obvious. Okay. Today it's or I'll just say today is the V. And with that, people is like up for debate. Somebody, oh, I don't want to. But soon it's gonna come to the point where it's gonna be dangerous for somebody to expose you as one that is not down with the system. Okay. As an outcast, as an enemy of the state, as a rebel, as a dissident, as a terrorist, is what that's how they're gonna take it. All right. And that's why it says in the scriptures, Isaiah 59:19. That's why we're gonna need that divine intervention, because soon there's gonna be nowhere to hide. And you're just gonna have to stand bold and step out on faith. Second Ezra 16:70, for there shall be in every place, right? And in the next cities, a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. Because we're going to be heavy targets. Because the whole world, as the Apostle John said, the whole world lies in darkness and wickedness. So us that are not in that wickedness, what do you think they're going to do? They're going to come after us. Verse 71, they shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. They did this during the time of Antiochus. All right. They during these different various inquisitions, they did this. All right. Khan, Shalom, Shalom, Yahweh Shemel Shai Barakatam. Yep, in the movie trailer Gray State. Yep. In that trailer, if you haven't seen it, I recommend going and watching it. But it shows you that, all right, how they even have they had cameras inside of people's houses. So the dude is eating dinner with his wife, and they're being watched on camera inside of their home. So, I mean, talk about what's that? Ezekiel, I think Ezekiel 28 or so, where it says, they're wiser than Daniel. There's nothing that they can hide from them. Yeah, that's what they want. Total, absolute control. They want to be omniscient. They want to know what everybody is doing, when they're doing it, where they're doing it, how they're doing it, what they're thinking while they're doing it. They want absolute control and absolute power. And through deception and through force and conquest, they're gonna try to establish that. But we know that even for all their efforts, all right, it's not gonna come to pass. All right, because this devil is a great devil. He's a great devil before the Lord, even as it is said, Esau, the great devil before the Lord. All right, that's the inside joke. But it says, verse 71, they shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. And once again, going back to that Inquisition, is that not what they did? Where they actually went after people, okay, sought them out, found out, oh, if there was word, like how Paul, when Paul, I believe he was in I think Ephesus or somewhere in Asia Minor, and they sought his life. They wanted to kill him. So then they had to by night they had to basically put him in a basket, if I'm not mistaken, over the wall so he could escape, because they were looking for him. They were looking for him. So guess what? In just like in those Inquisitions, they show you that in some of these movies, they'll be having the centurions will have the torch in one hand with the fire burning, and then they will come at night, boom, boom, where is he? Oh, he's upstairs. Okay. And then next, the dude had no idea. They come in there, grab you, burn your ass, or kill you, or something like that. And they will just go about looking. Okay. So it was real. All right. It was some real stuff. Khan, that's right. Ezekiel 28 and 3. Behold, thou art wiser than Daniel. There is no secret that they can hide from thee. Yeah, because ultimately they have all these cameras that watch everything you do, with or without your permission. All right. That's also a good precept. Bayan Yasharala, Psalms 34 and 7. The angel of the Lord encampeth round about them that fear him and delivereth them. And just because the angels don't show themselves doesn't mean that they're not there. Like during the time of Elijah and Elisha. Salakia, not Elijah and Elisha. I believe it was Elisha and his servant, or his servant. And I forget his name, but he prayed that the Lord would open that servant's eyes. And he told the servant, they that be with us are more than they that be with them. Just because you don't see them doesn't mean they're not there. But we're coming into the times when the Lord is going to manifest it to where you do see the angels, and they do have to step in and physically, deliver, in us in certain situations. However, the Lord is going to do it. But verse 72 says, for they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. Then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as the gold in the fire. So it's going to be some trying times, all right, as the Lord said, the beginning of sorrows. But nevertheless, they may look at us as a target. They may target us more so heavily in these times, but everybody's going to be catching hell, and Esau may try to come after us, but the Lord is coming after all y'all. So I mean, what the Most High can deliver you from the hands of men, but who can deliver you from the hands of the Lord? So the last one I have is here in the book of Revelation, chapter 12, verse 17, because they're gonna push. See, they're gonna push. See, all that work they've put in to try and accomplish this new world order, they're not gonna let it go to waste. And after putting all that work and all that time and calculations and effort and doing this and doing that, and you gonna come and stand in their way? Oh, no, 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 no. All right, verse Revelation 12 and 17. And the dragon, which the dragon represents Esau, was wroth with the woman, which represents Israel, and went to make war with the remnant of her seed, those that be left, which are the elect, which keep the commandments of God and have the testimony of Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. So they're gonna search 2nd Ezra 16 and 70. They're gonna come after, and that's Isaiah 59 and 19. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, who are they gonna come after coming in like a flood? The men of the Lord's elect, because those are the ones who the Lord is gonna protect. Yep, those are the ones who the Lord is gonna protect. So those are the ones that these devils are gonna come after like a flood. And when they come in like a flood, the Spirit of the Lord will lift up a standard against them. All right. So, after everything we've suffered in the past, this time ain't going to be like that. All right. This time, the Lord is going to step in because it's the last go around. And this time, we're going to get a peace. And then the Lord is going to change us, and then we're going to get a bigger peace. All right. So with that, that's the end of the lesson. Lord willing, that was edifying to the elect. I just wanted to go into that real quick and tie it into the times that we are in now and the times that we are fast approaching. Okay. Yeah, True Awakening 777 is gonna get so bad. We're gonna have to have the Lord direct our every move, of course, and that's why you're gonna need to trust in the Spirit. That's why you need to have that relationship with Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, or else when that time comes, you're not gonna know how to. Yo, if you out here and you don't know how to pray, if you're out here and you don't know how to have a how to that connection between you and the Most High, you have to. That's a problem. You got to fast and get on it, because you in that time you're gonna be you might find yourself alone, and you just might be you might be screwed over. All right. So with that, I hope you were edified. In closing, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakah Kudash. Until next time, Shalom.